Ah, woo. O O O M G. Check it out. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. No, no doubt. OMG. Diddy, 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 Diddy. Man, Diddy has, what, 4 more days? Gonna learn his fate, or maybe before the judge might be like, all right, boom, you're out of here, time served, before the damn sentencing. And then, oh my God, it's another mass shooting. Oh man, this gang violence stuff is getting ridiculous. Another crazy wacko goes inside with a church, rams the car inside, boom, shoot up the people, blurring it up. Oh man, and then the Prez versus Oregon. Oh man, the Oregon is suing the Prez for sending troops. And what else we had? And then of course Charlie Kirk. Anything Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk. And then we gonna go into the chat. And guess what we got in the chat? We got Lois Cox up in the building. Lois Cox up in the building. Out of Jersey City. Yeah. Shout out to Lois Cox in the building. She said, good morning, Don and chat. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to y'all. Happy Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Happy, joy, joy, joy. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and all that good stuff. Check it out. I am your host with the most, Don DCTV. And if you can, everybody put the thumbs up for me. That means like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, make sure it says and share me out. And guess what we got in the building also? We got that's my auntie. That's my auntie Shaky. Oh, I love my auntie. That's my auntie Shaky. Shout out to my auntie Shaky. Love ya, love ya. She said, good morning, nephew. Love you more. Woo! We got the content. Another deranged shooter. Another deranged shooter that's not out of my community. I, man, they try to make it look like we the only one. I be trying to tell y'all, it's all people. That's crazy. It's not just black people. It's a lot of people out here that's local, that's out here, man. They got agendas. Look at this dude, man. This dude was a damn ex-marine and all this stuff, and lost his marbles. Went into the damn church. Oh man, let me let the news explain it instead of me explaining it. Oh, let me see, what tab can I use first? Let's see. What magic tab? Let me see. This one, or this one. I'm trying to figure out which one. I had a couple of tabs I wanted to use, but I don't know which one I want to use first. Because this is good. Not good, but bad. Not bad, but it's horrible. It's sad. Yeah, it's sad. what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about. Let's keep it real. This is sad. Dude just goes in and just crashes out. Um, fair use. Like the video, subscribe. We're gonna go to Fox real quick. You know, we're gonna mix it up and try to get different angles of opinions here. Fair use, dude. Watch this. Let's get a refresher. What happened? Even I need a refresher. Can I get a refresher? Yes, I can. Here we go.
We begin with Madeline Rivera with the latest on that horrific attack in Michigan. Maddie.
Good morning, guys. That's right. Local police say they're working around the clock trying to find more bodies because, unfortunately, as of last night, there were some people still unaccounted for. The attack happened yesterday morning at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc, Michigan. Hundreds of people were inside worshiping when police say the gunman rammed his car into the front doors. Authorities say he got out of the car and started shooting before officers arrived and exchanged fire with him, killing him. Police say the gunman deliberately set the church on fire and was engulfed in flames for a couple of hours. And unfortunately, it is a total loss. In addition to the shooting and fire, Michigan State Police say authorities were handling reports of bomb threats in the area after the incident.
Damn. I can confirm at this time that the FBI is now leading the investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence.
We received 911 calls about bomb threats or other indications that there was a bomb at a different location. Some of them were churches.
Let's go back to what the Fed said. Go back. What the FBI say? Wait a minute. What did he say? Damn, fair use. Like the video, subscribe, dude.
FBI is now leading the investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence.
We received...
Damn.
An act of targeted violence.
Damn.
The investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence.
One more time.
The FBI is now leading the investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence.
So he targeted that church.
The FBI is now leading the investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence.
We received 911 calls about bomb threats or other indications that there was a bomb at a different location. Some of them were churches.
Like the video.
We responded and cleared those locations.
I'd also like to acknowledge the heroism of not only the first responders, but the people who were inside that church at the time. They were shielding the children who were also present within the church, moving them to safety. Just hundreds of people just practicing their faith.
Wow. It was people covering people up. Damn, hold on. What did he say? What?
Just hundreds of people just practicing their faith.
What did he say before that?
Moving them to safety. The church, moving them to safety. The children who are also present within the church, moving them to safety. Just hundreds of people just practicing their faith.
Wow.
Police have identified the suspect as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford from Burton, Michigan, about 10 minutes from Grand Blanc. Investigators are executing search warrants at his home. Michigan.
Damn, resident of Burton, Michigan, 7 miles from Grand Blanc, former U.S. Marine from 2004 to 2008. Served in the Iraqi war. This dude, man, PTSD like a mug. Had a wife and son born with rare genetic disorder. Appeared as an avid hunter and an outdoorsman, according to Fox News. Here we go.
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer says violence in a place of worship is unacceptable. She's ordered flags across the state to be lowered to half staff to honor the victims.
Damn.
Carly and Todd.
Madeline Rivera, thank you. With that, let us bring in former Assistant FBI Director Chris Swecker. Chris, are you hearing anything from your sources as to motive in an attack that you heard a member of the FBI?
Yeah, what's the motive? Why, man, he went in there. God dang, that's crazy.
Call targeted violence.
No, but I'll tell you this. You can tell the tip-off is that the FBI has taken the lead. That means they're treating this as either a hate crime or an act of domestic terrorism. Targeted violence means targeted at someone or a group of people as in an effort to intimidate or inflict violence in the furtherance of social change or political change. I mean, it's a convoluted explanation, but it's either domestic terrorism or hate crime. Regardless, that's, you know, that they have already actually attributed a motive to this individual already. So they must know quite a bit about him, his writings, his postings, interviews with his friends and family, his social circle, you know, anything that might have been in his car or his pockets. I think the investigation is deep into it at this point with regard to motive.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that. How does the FBI, you mentioned some of the items there, but how do they begin really to piece together the motive, especially that focus on his time as a Marine? Because you certainly go to the mental health consequences of serving in our military that so many men and women encounter when they come back home.
Hell yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if I told y'all this. It was this dude that came right back from Iraq and Afghanistan when I was doing armed security, and the dude was off, man. He came to my post one day and had bloody knuckles, and I was like, what's going on? He said he was so pissed at this other guard that he wanted to punch him, but instead of punching him, he bit his knuckles, and he had, I'm talking about bite marks on each of his knuckles. I was like, damn, man. And he was just telling me things he saw. And I was just like, wow, over there in Iraq, how he had to sleep in the damn closet and stuff. And man, this dude, he was very aggressive, man. He would be in the Compton and stuff, tripping on people, man. This dude was tripping. What's up, personal protection? In the building. Shout out to Rockstar Toyn. What's up, nephew? Love you more. Oh, I thought that was somebody's name named nephew. Shout out to Auntie. Q Perk in the building. 76 in the building. What's up, fellas? What's up, everyone? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, this dude crashed out, and I can see it happening. I told you, I used to work with this dude that was straight in the Army, and he put it. It's just a long story with this. I did like a Metro armed security story on his ass. His ass, once he was so doped up, they had him on drugs and stuff. I don't see how he was able to carry a gun, man. This dude was suffering clearly from PTSD. And one day, I didn't see it myself, but other people said they seen we had button-up pants, button-up cargo pants we used to wear at armed security. And they said they seen his pants on backwards. The buttons was back here. That's how doped up he was one time. So yeah, I can see, you know, PTSD is real, bro. I know a couple of people that suffer from it, and it's real.
Yeah, I've done some work for the military in this regard at Fort Hood, and you know the military struggles with this. You know, mental health is a big issue. Obviously,
yes,
they have quite a few, really? You know, disproportionate number of suicides. You know, this wasn't
Desiree Dina in the building. What's up? Good morning, everyone. She says. Shout out to Sandra Horn. Shout out to everybody in the damn chat.
A Marine veteran that committed violence over the last few days. We had one here in North Carolina at a place that I frequent, a bar restaurant in Southport, North Carolina. Marine veteran. Both of them had mental issues. Both of them had done a GoFundMe page very recently before the shooting to try to raise funds. One for the boat that he used to commit the shooting, the other one for his sick child. So, you know, this is a situation of you find a manufactured grievance, if you will, and then a whole lot of stimulus from people either on the internet or even politicians, irresponsible politicians. We all know who they are.
Man, yeah, people get fixated with politicians and their views, and they martyr these damn people and idolize them like they God, and they get stuck in a damn philosophy, and the next thing you know, boom, you get these mass crazy shooters, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's some dudes out there dangerous, man, that know how to shoot that thing, and they out here, man, in the public with us. Woo, Lord have mercy.
You know, they're talking about Nazis and anarchists and existential threats. You know, they need to crawl back into their dark places. These people are out there. That has to be taken into account when you start firing off your mouth.
Yeah, this is on Fox. This ain't on MSNBC. This is Fox News. This is Fox News, bro. I am not like, I'm telling you, this is Fox News, bro.
Clear, Chris. The shooting in North Carolina, Fox News has not yet confirmed that individual was a Marine, but we're working to do that and get that to our viewers. Finally, with these recent attacks on churches, do we now need to harden places of worship like we do in many schools?
Damn, I always thought about that. about having armed security at churches. Like, man, because I remember years ago when some guy went into some kind of synagogue or some a mosque. I don't know if I remember that. Some dude came with a, and he filmed it. And he just went in and just started shooting all those people, man. And they had all the security in the world. But if that person got that chopper and get that drop on you, you can have all the armed security you want. Person come in with that thing, you know. So, shit, man, I know you're supposed to have armed. Maybe they might want to get somebody that's armed to have that damn chopper on them, man. Because it's a damn shame you need that at a place of worship. People don't just imagine that you in there praising God. No matter if you like the religion a lot or not, or you're that particular religion or not, you in there praising the Lord, man. And the next thing you know, somebody come in. Wow, that's scary, bro. That's scary.
Unfortunately, yes. When I do school security assessments, I tell them that your first line of defense, the gold standard, is an armed off-duty police officer, preferably, or a private security guard outside in a marked patrol unit, sitting, or at least with a marked patrol unit nearby. It's just your first line of defense. You have to have it. Among other things, access controls, security cameras, and your clergy and your deacons and your ushers all need to have some, need to be on the looking.
Damn. He said the ushers, everybody, for real. Hell yeah, even the damn ushers and the damn choir too.
For suspicious activities. They're sort of your ground radar, if you will, your eyes and ears. And then, of course, the parishioners and the family, when the red flags are raised, they need to tell somebody. In these cases, there usually are red flags going off or red flags being shown, red lights. There's something. They're in distress, and they're about to go off.
It's so sad that it has come to this, because all people want to do when they go into a house of worship is have some time alone with the Lord. They're
right. I just said that.
thoughts in the Lord, and the fact that they need to think about this is horrific. Chris Swecker.
Wow. Yeah, so that's what happened out there in Oregon, man. This wacko. Then they deleted him too in the process. They deleted himself. They deleted him in the process. So we gonna move along, and from this story, and we're just gonna go into the Trump versus Oregon. Oh shit. Trump versus Oregon, dog. What's the hell going on? Trump sending the troops in Oregon. Damn. So that's good. Yeah. Cause ain't that many black people in Oregon. Yeah, send their ass in Oregon, Trump. He got to diversify his portfolio when it comes to targeting people. So yeah. So send the troops there, Trump. Yeah, go ahead, send them troops. Chicago Toxic Donut said 2 weeks ago, girl, I was following a YouTube and got arrested talking crazy in the high school parking lot for $4K fixed bond. Damn. Okay, shout out to you. Fair use. This was going on in Oregon. Here we go. Fair use with the Prez.
This morning, President Trump saying he's ready to send more federal troops into yet another American city. The president posting online that he was directing the defense secretary to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland. The governor of Oregon saying she told President Trump in a phone call that the state does not need.
Okay, I'm glad I didn't say nothing. I'm glad I didn't say nothing. But if y'all looking at the picture, I ain't gonna say nothing. But yeah, I thought so too. I'm just gonna say I thought so too. Just fair use. I didn't know. I didn't know till I heard her talk. Damn. Okay, I thought so too. Here we go. Fair use.
Trump in a phone call that the state does not need federal troops.
Our city is a far cry from the war-ravaged community that he has posted about on social media. And I conveyed that directly to him.
That comes as President Trump has threatened to surge federal forces to multiple cities, including Memphis, Chicago, Baltimore, and New Orleans. Back in Washington, a potential federal government shutdown is looming as Republicans and Democrats have until midnight on Wednesday to extend government funding.
Dang.
Top 2 Republicans and top 2 Democrats in Congress are now set to meet with President Trump at the White House on Monday. One White House and 2 congressional officials tell NBC News.
Let's get to
after
the Oregon
president
stuff.
abruptly canceled a meeting last week.
These people are crazy, the Democrats.
They crazy. I want to get more into the Oregon stuff, that of the politics. Has war come back to America? Slim Camera. I just know it's a lot of activity going on, man. There's always gonna be war. Hate to say it, you know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be war. But let me go to a more. Let's go to the. This a place called out here in LA called KTLA, and I like this black lady right here. I mean, well, yeah, shout out to her. Fair use. This is more on Oregon. Trump sending troops to Oregon. KTLA, Channel 5 out here, LA. What's up, Lois Cox, Slim Camera, everybody in the building?
Clamp down on protests directed at ICE facilities. The president said that he authorized the use of full force if necessary.
Yeah, Oregon's governor, though, said that she told the president to stay out, saying, quote, "We do not need or want federal troops in the state."
KTLA's Chris Wolf joins us live now from Hollywood with more on this developing story. Hi, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. Good evening, Rick and Karine. It hasn't happened yet, and there is still no timeline for the arrival of federal troops in Portland. However, this news is already causing quite a stir. Viewers may remember the unrest and turmoil earlier this year as President Trump ordered members of the National Guard and then dozens of Marines to Los Angeles to protect federal property and personnel during violent clashes, vandalism, and protests in the streets in response to immigration operations. The issue remains a political tripwire.
Let me show y'all this. Hold up. Oh, here we go.
The president says he will send troops to Portland, Oregon, and elsewhere.
Yeah, send them, Trump. Send them to Portland too. Shit. If you're gonna send them to Chicago, you got to diversify the troops. And I say send them to Utah, send them to Michigan, because we got 2 different shootings in Michigan, man. 2 different mass shootings. I thought it was just all the same thing. These are 2 different dudes. Anyway, fair use. Let's go.
Where, quote, authorizing full force if necessary to handle domestic terrorists. There is no timeline for such a development in the Northwestern hub. However, the news triggered a swift and stern response from local leaders.
Portland and the state of Oregon believe in the rule of law, and we can manage our own local.
Hell no, send them out there too. If you're gonna send them out here in LA, where is it? Where they at? DC. Yeah, we need to get some of them groups, out in Oregon too. Yeah, and you know them Antifa people and all them other groups allegedly. They be planning stuff, man. We don't have this problem in Florida. FAFD, as somebody says. Mike Wawoski says. Send them in Florida too. We need troops everywhere.
Local public safety needs. There is no insurrection. There is no threat to national security, and there is no need for military troops in our major city. This is
damn. She don't want that. She don't want that in her city. Yeah, let's diversify it. Yeah, let's get it, yeah.
Not a military target. The president will not find lawlessness or violence here. I've been so deeply disappointed to see the footage from a half decade ago, recycled and then recycled again.
Portland was the scene of sometimes violent protests over the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis in 2020. According to reports, recent demonstrations have been significantly less volatile and more focused on an area surrounding the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, building outside downtown. Some federal agents have been injured in flare-ups, and a number of protesters have been charged with assault. Portland is a so-called sanctuary city. These places basically limit cooperation with ICE.
Trump is sending troops to Portland with the goal of, quote, doing a number on the city. And we know what this means. He wants to stoke fear and chaos and trigger violent interactions and riots to justify expansion.
Not just Portland, Seattle, too, somebody says. Who's that? That's Witchy Chick 809. Yeah, send them everywhere, man. Send them to Seattle, too. We want to diversify the troops everywhere. Send the National Guard everywhere, man. We want to feel safe. When I walk out the house, I want to see them choppers on the corner, man. Send them all to everywhere. Yeah, the police need help. The police need help.
Expanded authoritarian control.
We need the National Guard to police the police. It worked in D.C. Yeah, let's send them everywhere. Shit.
The president has previously threatened to send the National Guard to Chicago.
We definitely need to see in Chicago. I'm sorry, Chicago. Send them to Chicago, too. Send them everywhere. We need help.
However, a contingent is expected in Memphis, Tennessee.
I'm getting old
very
now.
soon.
I'm old. I need some help. If you ain't gonna arm me in California, you know what I'm saying? If you can't give me a concealed permit in Los Angeles, yeah, send the troops. I don't care, man. Send them. Shit, send them. We need some help.
Soon. Many people there are not happy about it. President Trump is blaming what he calls the radical left for recent political violence. He considers this group, quote, professional agitators and anarchists.
Ooh, so he going after everybody. He says, shit, yeah, I'm going to Oregon. Yeah, let's spread the love a little bit. I'm glad. Yeah. And of course, you know me, I like to stir the pot. You know, I like to stir the pot. Let me see. Is this MS? Is this, let me see. It says, no, there's something else. I like to stir the pot. I had different views. Where is it at? Is it on here? I thought I had different views. Hold up 1 second, y'all. I thought I had different views on it. Send the troop to Portland, or are we already on that one? I thought I had like the blue and the red. You know me, I like to instigate shit. But I can't find it right now. Shout out to Sharice Brewster. Shout out to 7 Sages in the building. Like the video. Subscribe. Yeah, spread the love. Send the troops. Send the troops. Send them in Oregon too. No discrimination. No discrimination. Oh yeah, and here we go. We got another view from so that was that Fox? No, what I was on. That was Fox what I just showed. Oh no, I didn't. Here we go. This is a Fox view of it. I got lost for a second. Here we go. Now this is a Fox News view of it. Here we go. Fair use.
Oregon suing the Trump administration after the president ordered 200 National Guard troops to be deployed to Portland. The lawsuit claims, quote, citing nothing more than baseless, wildly hyperbolic pretext, the president says Portland is a war-ravaged city under siege. Defendants have thus infringed on Oregon's sovereign power to manage its own law enforcement. The Oregon Democrat governor doubling down, saying there's no need for the National Guard. Contrary to President Trump's social media posts, Portland is not war-ravaged. There is no insurrection. There is no threat to national security. Complaints from Democrats and the far left aside, Jonathan, is this legal? And kind of almost more important to a certain extent, albeit you don't want to say that to a lawyer, is it working? Are these crackdowns, having the National Guard in these cities protecting federal property, working?
Yes and yes. And first of all, it's legal because President Trump has a right to deploy the National Guard to protect federal agents enforcing federal law, meaning the ICE agents have every right, and not only a right, a responsibility to enforce immigration laws. And we've seen these protests setting fires and other things, and in many ways supported by the local officials because they don't want the ICE laws, enforced. So that's number one. Number two is, are they working? We'll come to Washington, D.C., and it's remarkable how much safer it is on just the numbers, but the feel of it is amazingly, different in just a few weeks. So people are safer and it's legal. And I think Portland is going to have a tough time in court because there is a discrete mission here. It's a 60-day mission and to make sure they can enforce the immigration laws, because if Portland really didn't want this to happen, they would say, hey, we're going to stop being a sanctuary city and Oregon could stop being a sanctuary state and cooperate with ICE, or maybe not interfere with ICE. And same with Chicago as well. But they are really just putting their own political agenda ahead of national security, national interest, and public safety. And they're going to lose in court, and they should lose in court.
Yeah, it's not an open-ended invasion of Portland like the left wants you to have you believe. Jonathan Fahey.
Oh, you heard what he said? He should have shot at the left. What did he say?
Invasion of Portland like the left wants you to have you believe.
Damn.
Jonathan Fahey, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
And
I'm Ainsley Earhart.
And y'all know me. I always got the left to say their stuff on it too. I'm messy. I show the left and the right. I just show Fox News. So don't go there. And now I'm about to show MSNBC view on it. 7 says, these fools cheering for a police state. Yeah, I feel you, man. But yeah, man, we need something done in these certain areas, man. Certain places, man, is getting too turned up. And I'm glad he's sending them to Oregon so it could be, if he does send them to Portland, it'll be fair use. It'll be equal opportunity then. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really sure they are working. I don't know. But I know, I feel safe when I see a big ass motherfucker with a chopper. And, hey, how you doing? As long as you don't mess with me. ICE need all the help they can get, Foodie Fan said. Sharice Brewster said, Trump, he is messed as hell. You need the military down. Yeah, man, the military, man. You see the police, they was messing with me. I need the military to watch the police. And then here we go. We got the left point of view. You know me, MSNBC. You know me, I like to stir it up. I'm not left or right. I'm just for right. What's wrong and right? That's it.
Now ordering federal troops to Portland, Oregon, and their ability to use, quote, full force if necessary to protect ICE facilities that he says are under siege by domestic terrorists. Now, Oregon's governor, along with police and business leaders, say troops are not needed, and Trump is painting a false picture of the city. So the question is, why is the president deploying troops around this country?
The question is, what else is new? The question is, why does the American president continue to try to distract with these performative tactics? It's because he hasn't lived up to his campaign promises. Now, let me be abundantly clear. Me and my Republican colleagues are pro-public safety. We also recognize the First Amendment, the right to protest. This American president, Donald Trump, is continuing to trample on the Constitution. He does not believe in it. He said it himself. He wants to terminate it. So if he was serious,
Did he say that, y'all? Is that right or wrong? I don't know. There's so many quotes people say that people said that I don't know. And then 7 say, nah, I'm not with that. I heard that. Andrew, what up with you? What's up, Andrew? Sharice Brewster said, I am laughing. Sure. Sue the orange ape. Jake says. She's speaking facts. That's what 7 just said. Here we go.
If he was serious serious about public safety, if he was serious about trying to make communities safer, he would collaborate. He would sit down. He would have conversations so that we can address some of the issues. But this is not one of them. He's, again, this is performative. It is not transformative. And that's what we get from a Donald Trump administration.
Something we saw this past week, pretty disturbing, that ICE agent shoving an Ecuadorian woman to the floor at an immigration courthouse here in Manhattan. He has been relieved of his duties. We also saw the arrest of Ian Roberts, the superintendent of Iowa's largest school district. This over allegations he's in the country illegally. He's been placed on administrative leave while an investigation is conducted. But what do incidents like these tell you about the administration's agenda going after criminals in this country illegally? Because that is the stated goal.
Well, let me share some interesting statistics. Public data shows that 65% of the people detained by ICE this year have no criminal charges, and 93% have no violent offenses. So this again is something that he has failed to deliver on when he campaigned.
Jerry Williams said her mouth is moving. She's lying. Sharice Brewster says, you love her. She on her hob? What? On her job? Fair use. Let's go. Let's let it cook. You know I like to mess with y'all because I know y'all choose a side. I don't. I think they all crooks.
And so ICE has been lawless and reckless under President Trump. Of course, we need immigration enforcement and we need to focus on violent criminals, but that does not give ICE a blank check to be able to ignore the process, ignore the Constitution, and run around behind masks. So we will continue to use our authority on the Oversight Committee to subpoena and demand transparency as it relates to the operation of these agencies.
Okay. Ohio Congresswoman Shontel Brown, thank you so much.
Ohio Congresswoman Shontel Brown. Damn. Yeah, all I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, if they gonna put them in Chicago, why not throw them in, D.C., and they put them in L.A., go ahead and put it in Oregon, too. put it in Portland, too, man. Let's diversify, yeah, and put them in Utah, too, and put them in Michigan, where they just had, like, 2 different type of shootings out there. We need to diversify the National Guard. I need some help. I need some help. But not the racist ones. The ones that just want to do their job. The ones that just want to do their job, man. Not the ones that's gonna pull me over a bike light, you know. I think they all are crooks too. Lois Cox says. Life with Tasharia in the building. What's up? Go to Life with Tasharia channel. Frugal Mama in the building. Debbie's in the building. She says, MAGA. MAGA, 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 MAGA. You look very smart. Thank you. Oh, man. Let me see. Do I got another tab? Let me see. Do I got another tab that I can share with this topic right here? You know what I'm saying? More like maggots. He said more like maggots. Oh, damn. Let me see. Then, okay, that's all. Okay, I just want to make sure that's all the tabs that I got on that topic, and then we gonna move along. We gonna move along. You know how we do. We now we gonna talk about Charlie. Hey, I want you to hear this about Charlie Kirk, man, out of his own mouth. It's kind of eerie. You know, he talks about the murder of himself. Like, what if something happened to him or something? So, damn, I'm up here jumping topic after topic. I'm dope, huh? I'm dope. I know I'm dope. But listen to this. This is kind of eerie. Listen to this. I was like, damn, this came out his own mouth. Listen to this. Fair use. Come on, play it.
If someone were to murder Alex or murder me, they already murdered themselves in that act.
Damn. Wow. Everything about assassination is sketchy. Yes, it is. We gonna get to that too. But listen to what he said again. Damn, that's crazy.
Murder Alex or murder me. If someone were to murder Alex or murder me, they already murdered themselves in that action. They already bestowed the punishment upon themselves. We are simply completing the task.
Damn.
When you take another person's life, you already took your own life.
Ooh. One more again. Damn. Shit crazy, huh?
Someone were to murder Alex or murder me, they already murdered themselves in that action. They already bestowed the punishment upon themselves. We are simply completing the task. When you take another person's life, you already took your own life.
Ooh.
I have concern.
To murder Alex or murder me, they already murdered themselves in that action. They already bestowed the punishment upon themselves. We are simply completing the task. When you take another person's life, you already took your own life.
I have.
Damn, that's powerful what he said. Damn, I just thought that was. Damn, he talked about that back something called Alex Farland Ministries or something. Wow. Let's read some of the chat. Everything about assassination is sketchy. Seven Sages. Yeah, I think so too, man. Ethan, Kate, I think you did it. Me? I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I was at work. That's my alibi. And you can check all my cell phone records. I don't text nobody. I don't talk to nobody. So the feds is bored. They bored listening. If the feds is listening to me, they bored. They like, damn, this motherfucker don't do nothing. Yup, I'm old. I'm not trying to plan a coup or nothing. I just want to mind my business and go to work, come home, do YouTube. Jerry Williams said Charlie Kirk knew he was in danger, but still stood for truth. I heard that, Jerry Williams. Keisha Hart, too. Ethan, because all of you are stupid. Stephen B. Tyler Robinson did not delete Charlie Kirk. I don't know. I think he had something. I think he was there, but he was not alone. Allegedly, but I that's what allegedly my statement too. I don't think he was a lone wolf. Seven says they arrested the wrong dude. I think so. I think they arrested one of the dudes. I think it's more than 2 or 3 people that planned this stuff allegedly. Lois Cox, wow, what a thing for him to say. Right, Lois Cox, that's crazy, huh? That checks out spirituality. Jason Deerdorf says, Captain Blackbird said, oh, here we go again. Yep. Captain Blackbird, you heard about the palm pistol? Yeah, they saying it was probably somebody that was close to him with a pistol and something like that. I think that's what you're talking about. Allegedly, he was used by a guard in the front row. Damn. Allegedly, right? Sharice Brewster, I am something partying his family, huh? I don't know. You probably talking and it didn't come out right. Lavish says Tyler definitely did it, but people are beating it like a dead horse for money. I don't think it's just. I just think we all know it just seems suspicious. Captain Blackbird, most deaf. He went against Israel. I don't know. I'm scared to say that. Stephen B. He's a pawn. Could be. Allegedly with Israel. Angela Foster. So what are they talking about? A trap door. They talking about the bottom. It was like a bottom was like an air vent, Angela. And they said an air vent. Somebody could have been at the bottom of the air vent. You know. Captain Blackbird. Lavish, did you see the footage? Okay. Pray. Topium. Good morning, Troppies. I don't know, Alanum or something like that. Good afternoon, good evening, all that good stuff. Lavish, I have to look at it, Captain. And okay, y'all talking to each other. Okay, haha. Don't be scared. Freedom of speech. Nah, man. People clip your words, and then next thing you know, you in HR talking about. I was just trying to. Charlie was most definitely shot from behind, Stephen B. says, allegedly. I feel you. Captain Blackbird, Bob, Okay, y'all talking to her. He absolutely was. He absolutely was. Okay, shout out to y'all. All right, let me go to another clip. You know me, I got different clips. Shout out to Valuetainment. You know me, man. I like to hear other people what they saying. Here we go. Fair use.
I want to know exactly what happened here. Thank you. I want to know exactly what happened here. That's what I want to know.
Pat, scale of 1 to 10. How much do you trust the authorities at this point? Whether it's the FBI, whether it's Kash Patel, whether it's Utah State Police, how much do you trust them to do the right thing?
You believe the official narrative of Charlie Kirk? That is what, Tyler Robinson?
Yes.
No.
No. Just trust them. Hell no.
That is Tyler?
That's not what I'm saying.
What is the narrative?
How much do you trust them to do the right thing?
Oh, trust to
That's
do the right
3 questions.
thing.
Do I trust the narrative? One question.
No, I don't think that does it. Do I trust that they'll do the right thing?
Yes, that's the only question I'm asking.
I'm going to give you an answer that's going to be a weird answer. I trust that they know if they get it right here, their credibility will go to the roof in ways we've never seen before. But I trust they're going to do of that happening is 30%, 35%.
Damn, 35%. Damn, they gonna do the right thing? Damn. That's a low percentage. Jeez. Damn.
Where I'm going to with this.
Wow. I don't know, man. Fair use. Here we go.
Break that down on the digging and guy takes a chip, puts it in a hat, put it on. Maybe walk through that part.
And by the way, there was, and just to go back, I don't want to say definitively, but there was a kid who was there and witnessed everything that's trying to give his account, and as he's saying it, he's grabbed and silenced, and he's yelling, "Get the hell off me! Get off me!" He was being silenced because he was giving his account. I don't know if it was Andrew that went up to him, but it looked like him from the side. I don't know. I'm just saying it might have been when it's aftermath when the kid's describing the situation.
Couple things.
Wow. So some kid that was trying to do an interview, and they cut him off. Damn. We got all kind of ways and eyewitnesses to Charlie Kirk's calls for a civil debate. Uh-oh. What is this? Before I go to the next thing, let me read the chat. Angela, I heard his mic was detonated, and that's what made the entrance hole. Damn. Oh, snap. For real? PBD ran a sleazy business. Oh, for real? True, I also saw that Angela seems to be a real thing. Damn. I used AI to ask what it thought the percentage likely that this was a cover-up or whatever, and originally gave me 20%, and the more information, in fact, I fed into it, it was up to 98 now. Damn, Charles says. Damn, AI is biased. I bet you this dude is black. Successful Drizzy in here. Sharice Brewster, my cellular is acting up. I feel you. All ours is. Let's go. 7 Sages. Hey, Don, remember them detonating those papers, the pagers? Yeah, man. This guy is part Egyptian. You have a nice voice, sir. No homo, Lavish says. No Diddy. True. Seems Mossad let them pagers go off, Captain Blackbird says. I don't know, allegedly. I don't know. Here we go. Let's go to another source. 60 minutes
overtime.
Governor, the flag there hangs right above where Charlie Kirk was murdered. What does that flag mean in this moment?
That flag symbolizes 250 years of struggle, 250 years of improvement. It represents all of us, not one portion of us, not one faction, not one identity. It represents all of us.
This week on 60 Minutes, we're visiting with Spencer Cox. He is the Republican governor of Utah, and not a lot of people in this country knew of him until the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And then it was Spencer Cox who was before the cameras asking Americans if we could just all stop hating each other.
So it was.
We went back to Utah Valley University on the first day of class. It was 7 days since Charlie Kirk had been murdered there. The governor wanted to talk to some of the students, I think, to hear what their impressions were after a week, and also to give them some confidence that their country was going to move forward, that politics could be repaired.
I think it's important not to tell people they shouldn't disagree, that there's something wrong with disagreement, or that disagreement is the problem. It's not the problem, right? It's how we do that. I think that matters.
See cameras, Mark. We wanted to sit down with a couple of students who were there at the event where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And so we met Hunter Kozak and Jeb Jacoby. Jeb was a volunteer at the event. He was part of Turning Point USA.
He meant an inspiration to me. I watched his campus debates where he was able to communicate with other individuals in a pretty professional way when it came to debates about pretty much anything, and I just found that admirable.
Yeah, it's working. Hey, Charlie. Hunter Kozak, who would identify himself as a liberal, was there to debate Charlie Kirk, and tragically was the person who was speaking with Kirk at the very moment that the shot was fired.
Hopefully we're going to have a little bit more disagreement.
Yours was the last question that Charlie Kirk ever heard.
Yeah, there's a strange amount of weight to that. I don't really know how to grapple with that. I mean, he's answered tens of thousands of questions, and mine
Damn, that's crazy.
That was the first question I've ever asked him. We never talked before that.
There's video of you in that moment. What was that moment like?
Damn.
I thought I heard a firecracker, and I see his I see the bullet hit his neck, and I fall to the ground. I think I recognized immediately what this was. That this wasn't necessarily like a mass shooting. This was like an assassination.
Man, that was loud. Damn, that was loud. And they was way like 100 yards away, maybe. These people that's running, that shit was loud. Listen to that again. That was loud, dog. Listen.
This wasn't necessarily like a mass shooting. This was like an assassination.
Listen how loud it is. Damn. That was from a distance, dog. Damn. Wow. Listen to it one more time.
Wasn't necessarily like a mass shooting. This was like an assassination.
Damn.
I just remember I got up and I ran and I called my mom and I said, "Mom, Charlie Kirk's been shot." And she goes, "What?" And I said, "He's been shot. I literally watched a bullet enter his neck and I watched him die in front of me."
Dang.
Jed, this event pushes Democrats and Republicans farther apart or brings them closer together, in your view?
I think the moderate Democrats and Republicans, I think it brings them together. I think there are individuals on both the left and the right, some of them more radical, that it pushes them apart. And I think it's communication that is the most important element that comes together. And I think that there needs to be effective communication between both parties in order to find solid ground on this issue.
Dang.
I think that that's one of the few things that we can agree on is this necessity for a conversation. I think that we need to remember that we still have to live with each other. That these
Man, this is the one that asked that last question. That's crazy. And people thought he was involved. Because he asked that last question and it was just, that's crazy how it just happened. You know. So I guess he been cleared. I guess the feds checked his phone records. I hope the feds checked his phone records and did a thorough check on him. Because it's crazy how that was the last question. You know, he was talking about mass shootings. And then Charlie said, he said, how many mass shootings in the last 10 years or something? And Charlie said, I'm paraphrasing, is that including with or without gang violence? And then pow. Seven says, yeah, Charlie was blaming black folks to the end, right? He was though. He said that including gang violence or without gang violence. Like, damn. So, wow, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. What a coincidence.
That these are still our neighbors, that this is still my community. And when I walk to campus, sure, that event was 99% Republicans. Everyone in that crowd disagreed with everything that I had, but that was still my school.
You both witnessed what happened. Your message to the country is what?
I could run down the list of all the disagreements that I had with Charlie Kirk. I could say that his policy proposals brought harm to this country, but I think he would probably say the same thing to me. But I do.
Damn. Anyway, shout out to my auntie Shaky. She said, have a great day, everyone. That is the sign. I have to go to work. Make sure y'all like the video. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Make sure it says all. Share me out. Share me out. Make sure y'all know I go live Monday through Friday. 4:45 a.m. West Coast time, 6:45 a.m. Central time, and 7:45 a.m. East Coast time, Monday through Friday. Pull up on your boy, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, make sure it says all. The Prez versus Oregon. Oregon's trying to sue the Prez. Then we had another mass shooting. Another mass shooting in Michigan that didn't have nothing to do with gang violence. You know, I just had to put that out there. Another mass shooting killed 4 people out, deleted 4 people in Michigan at some church, the Latter Days of Saints church, by some radical crazy dude. And then we covered a little bit of Charlie Kirk. And make sure y'all pull up tomorrow for the next latest trending topic. We try to cover all the trending topics here. You know, world news almost. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? That was cold what happened. R.I.P. to those people in that church that passed away, man. Damn, 4 people, man. Up there praising the Lord. No matter what you believe in, if that's your religion or not. Just imagine you going to your place of worship and some crazy fool runs their car inside your church, shoot it up, then burn it up. Then he burned it up. Church attack was horrible. That's horrible. So we need to send the troops in Michigan too and get and study this radical thinking. We need to see the troops everywhere. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I'd like to thank everybody for pulling up on me. Shout out to Lois Cox, the beautiful member in here. Shout out to Life with Tasharia, another beautiful member out of Fort Worth, Texas. Go to her channel, Life with Tasharia. Shout out to Personal Protection. Shout out to Seven Sages. Shout out to my auntie Shaky. Shout out to everybody in the damn chat. Thank y'all for y'all comments. Come back tomorrow. We gonna continue this trending stuff. Andrew in the building. Have a great day, Don. Thank you. The devil is working overtime, Steve says. Yeah, he is, man. Shout out to everybody out there. Like the video, share me out. All right, y'all, I gotta go to work. Mwah, mwah. To all the ladies. And the single ladies, you get the leggy. Pow. Pow, pow, pow. And the homies, you get the pound. Poop, poop, poop. Uppercut. You know how we do. I love y'all. Thank y'all all for pulling up. Shout out to Cerise Booster. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the bushes. You know how we do. I love y'all. No Diddy. Yay, yay. Damn, let's pray for Michigan. Damn. Baby.